wealth is not a mystery, it's a formula. In our last video, we discussed certain habits and traits that the millionaire possesses. I'm sure you've started incorporating at least one of those by now. Like I said, creating wealth is not a mystery, it's a formula. Today we will be discussing this formula. For that, let's understand a very simple concept. That is, how do the rich, the middle class and the poor actually spend their money? Firstly, the poor, they spend their money to buy stuff and for their expenses. So it's actually the money that they earn goes away, it gets drained in buying stuff and for their day-to-day expenses. The middle class spend their money in buying liabilities. They may feel they're buying an asset, but it actually isn't an asset, it is a liability. मान लीजिए मैंने कोई गाड़ी खरीदी, मुझे लग रहा है मैंने asset खरीदी, but it isn't so, it isn't an asset because that गाड़ी will lead to extra खर्चे like उसके maintenance का खर्चा, repairs का खर्चा, पेट्रोल डीजल का खर्चा, अगर लोन लिया है तो EMI और interest का खर्चा. So anything which makes me spend more money, which increases the expenses, is not an asset, it actually is a liability. Another important thing is that for these people the main source of income is their active source of income. जैसे job है, कोई business है, मेहनत करके their efforts are earning income for them, and this income is getting drained out in all these expenses which the liability is creating for them. So a गाड़ी, घर, credit card का bill, all of these are nothing but buying liabilities. Now let's come to the rich. The rich spend their money in buying assets. They acquire assets. And by assets, I mean something which helps them generate more income. Whereas a liability was something which created more expenses for you. So the rich buy maybe a real estate, they buy bonds, they buy stocks, they start investing in new companies, and these investments in turn start creating more income for them. So this is what we call as the passive source of income. So the poor, they spend their money in buying stuff in all their kharche. Second, the middle class, they spend their money in buying liabilities. And third, the rich spend their money in buying assets. The rich, of course, they also buy गाड़ियाँ, they also buy घर, they also have खर्चे of गाड़ी के लिए पेट्रोल का खर्चा, डीजल का खर्चा होता है, no doubt about it. But they have two sources of income. They have an active source as well as a passive source of income, and this is what makes the major difference. So I'm sure you've understood the formula for wealth creation over time. It happens steadily. It happens over time. You have to generate passive sources of income. You have to buy assets which will help you earn more money, and this money will again go to generate more assets. As the cycle goes on, your wealth creation, the wealth accumulation will go on. So I'm sure this has helped you in understanding where exactly you're spending futile expenses, futile kharche mat kariyega. Start buying assets, start acquiring assets, and for that you have to start investing. To know more about investing, don't forget to view our previous videos which have detailed analysis about investments, and also for the further videos relating to investments, relating to finance, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you and happy investing.